Welcome to BW Disrupt. This is another feature interview of the series we are doing with India's top D2C brands. Today, I have with me Mr. Bajaj, who is co-founder and CEO of Sirona Hygiene. Welcome, Mr. Bajaj.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for having me over. You can call me
To start this, likewise, you can call me Resham.
Sure, let's keep it to that.
To start with this conversation, the most interesting thing about Sirona Hygiene that attracted my attention was ESOP buyback plan worth 5 crore. What made you take this decision in such volatile times? Could you just give us a sense of this?
I've always believed that it's the team that stays together, has each other's back, which wins, right? There's nothing else. Product can come second, macro conditions can come second. If you have a great team, and then they stick together, you're bound to win. So last year we had raised about 100 crores in a strategic round from the Good Glam group. So out of the three pillars, we were able to thank one of the pillars, which was our investors, by giving them a good exit. Our investors made 6x to 20x on their investment in Sirona, the early angel investors. Mm-hmm. Our customers have anyways made us, one of the best-selling companies in our space by, really embracing our products. So the second pillar is also, I would say, while we are trying to keep them happier, but is also is taken care of. The third pillar, the team, was, it was time for us to thank them somehow, though, like we can never repay our angel investors, we can also never repay the effort our team members have put in. But this was just one of the ways to show them that we care and we are eternally thankful. And hence we decided that we should ensure that there is also some wealth creation opportunity for them. Why we decided, it was before time, it was first in the category, was for this reason only, that Sirona is known for disruptions. In our products, we have disrupted by bringing many India first products. In our, the way we build business until for 3 years back to back, Sirona was profitable. There was disruption. And then, with the way we take care of employees, also we wanted to have some sort of a disruption. So we thought, what better way to thank them by ensuring that ESOP, which is otherwise considered as a not so useful tool in today's conditions, let's walk the talk and ensure that some of them walk away with some money in the bank.
So good to know. And this is so heartening when this is coming from a founder and who cares for all the three key stakeholders, from investors to team, everybody. You mentioned about the trajectory of your growth of the company. Along with being very innovative and very disruptive in nature when it comes to the products, maintaining the track to profitability is a very difficult task, I can say. As a part of my job, I get to meet and talk to a lot of founders and entrepreneurs, and this is a very tough time for startups, I'm sure. Last 3 years, how was the time for you as an entrepreneur? And in terms of your business growth, give us some numbers when it comes to revenue generation and profit.
So, this year we'd be in red. Last year was the first financial year after 3 years of profitability, where we got into a little bit of a red because there were some cash outs that happened. And this year again, because of some buybacks, some expansion, some acquisitions, we might be in red. But as a company, there is always a very, I would say, tight grip on ensuring that we don't ship out products at a loss. The loss that we might be making is towards extraordinary expenses. Perhaps towards marketing as the only business-related expense. But otherwise, we ship about 400,000 products every month, and all of them are shipped at CM2 positive, at least from marketplaces and offline channels. Our website is something that we are bringing in under profitability by the end of the coming year. So that will also become, break-even profitable for us. In terms of numbers, 100 crores, yes, we are on track to be the first within the category to have revenues of 100 crores plus. And last 3 years, we've been growing, in a very healthy fashion, almost 100% year on year. And let's see where the coming years take us. But yeah, the aspirations are to become a 200 crore company within next 24 months.
Good to know. In addition to your three areas of focus, which is of course PBD and Empowered and Sirona, the mother brand itself, talk to us on the lines of how are you foreseeing the growth and expansion of offline when it comes to the market capture of the company. Many of the D2C brands are looking at it as a very good rising trend in terms of going traditional brick and mortar. But what are your thoughts on this, and how are you planning to go forward with this?
So I've always maintained that we go wherever our customers are. When we started, we tried to make the products available. And I started with P-Buddy, right? It was India's first stand-and-pee device for women, and placing them at offline stores became a challenge. So we went online because our consumers had just started buying products online. Now, after COVID, world has again opened up and consumers are back in the stores. So it is an omni-channel, the overtly abused word. But yeah, that's the strategies that we are also following to say that wherever the consumers are, we should be there. So, but Sirona would still try to keep eyes on the ball and say, let's not get into, unrealistic expansion. Let's be at the stores and ensure that our stock moves. And you do it by ensuring that you're placing the products at the right stores, at the right, on the right shelves, and you're servicing the product right. You're ensuring that the product is clean, merchandising, everything is taken care of. So we are trying to go in phases, city-wise to say, let's be in the right stores at the right place. And coming years, Sirona is bullish. As a team, we are bullish that offline is also ready now for feminine hygiene innovations. Earlier, it was more about pads only, which were always kept at a drawer at the shelf, the last shelf. Now it's come at the mid shelf, and it's very well merchandised by other brands as well. So the offline stores are ready, and if our consumers are there, we will be there. So plan for Sirona is let's be wherever our consumers are, and if it's offline, the next 3-4 years we're going to be focusing on that channel.
Good to know that you're focusing on your customers and listening to them very carefully, where to go and what to follow. You of course mentioned about feminine hygiene being a very less talked about topic, but tell us what's happening on the real ground when it comes to lesser mature consumer base. When we talk about the tier 2, tier 3, or beyond cities. Also, along with this, give us a sense the distribution of your sales, what comes from online, offline, and plus that from the tier-wise, the city-wise distinction of your sales as well.
So I think consumers are, very well informed in today's DNA. It's not that only urban Indian women have access to information. The digital revolution has brought information around products, solutions to everyone's hands. You have mobile phone almost in every second hand. In every hand today, even in tier 2, tier 3 towns. So as far as awareness and reception is concerned, that is at its best, these days. And at Sirona, what we realized was as a company, we have a list of issues that women are facing right from puberty to menopause. And we are trying to solve it by saying, okay, when she goes out, this is the problem she faces. When she gets pregnant, this is the feminine hygiene related problem that she faces. When she gets married, gets sexually active, whichever way, these are the problems that she's facing. So can we ensure that across the lifespan, we can solve these issues with unique product? And that's why toilet hygiene is P-Buddy by Sirona. Entire menstrual and intimate hygiene is Sirona, the mother brand. And when she steps out, there are safety-related issues that are Empowered by Sirona, which has been one of the highest-selling pepper spray brands in the country today. And how we've been able to do it by just talking about these issues. So there is a large taboo that exists around this category. But the taboo is not only urban and rural. Taboo exists at large. The only difference is in cities, there is a taboo, but fulfillment is easy. You can walk into the store and you can get a solution. So you have a solution available with you. While in tier 2 cities, till about 3 years ago, the taboo existed and even the solutions were not there, which has now been bridged because of e-commerce, quick commerce, retail revolution that is happening, modern trade outlets. And for us, it's a very interesting mix. We see almost obviously right now I would say that 60% is urban, but I believe that is also not the right reflector because of this whole work from home policy. A lot of people moved back to their hometowns in tier 2, tier 3 cities who are now coming back. So I think the mix will for us be a 50-50. In tier 2, tier 3 towns, there is awareness. The TikToks and other solutions have made women aware of the modern solutions and even the social media. And Amazon, Flipkart, Nykaa, our own website is delivering them to the remotest pin codes. So it's a mix. Women are aware; they know what they want. The only thing we need to do is ensure that we are able to just connect, make them aware of the newer solutions they're willing to try and deliver.
So good to know that this is the right time and females are aware what they need, as you rightly said. Tell us, what are you expecting from 2023 and what are your next big plans with Sirona?
I just hope 2023 is kind. And that's the only expectation. In terms of plans, we acquired Empower last year. The brand has grown significantly well. We're looking for newer areas to get into to help solve this entire chain. Like I said, puberty, travel, intimate, sexual, etc. So there are problems that we still have not completely solved, and we wish to solve them. So this year you will see us getting deeper in the existing categories and maybe get into a little adjacent categories as well to ensure that we solve the entire chain of problems that we just spoke about.
When it comes to the problems, do you see any major set of challenges right now when it comes to running a feminine hygiene specific brand? Do you see such challenges right now?
Not really. I think I don't. I've been asked how is it to solve this problem as a man, and been called the P man and the cup man and the period man. I don't know what all. I think it's not a man versus a woman issue, and neither it is a category challenge. I think it's a very interesting time to be in India solving this issue. As a father of two girls, I believe the timing couldn't have been better. If I'd started this 10, 15 years ago, even if the intent was very good, it was difficult to make the product reach the end consumer. Today, we can do that, and hence the timing is brilliant. Are there any challenges? I think it's more around just the broad, it's a hush-hush topic. So Sirona is trying to solve it directly, and even through our foundation, we run a foundation where we work in the remotest part of the country and are talking to women on the importance of menstrual hygiene, and we're trying to get them out of period poverty. So that way, no challenge. I just hope more and more people join the revolution, more people talk about these issues. We don't talk about this, the taboo doesn't go away. Sirona has been able to do it. We've been able to do it even in the menstrual cups, which is, like about 1 million women use our menstrual cups today, thereby making us country's highest selling menstrual cups. 5 years ago, it was like an unimaginable task. It just happened because the conversation started happening. Conversations happened, the status quo is challenged.
Yeah, true. Very true. It's very important as a female. I know that bringing in transformation takes a lot. Yeah. And it's been going on for the very, very good reasons, and which is really heartening to see. It's a part of the whole ecosystem when it comes to D2C. How do you see this evolving? How do you see the growth of D2C in India? When we talk about brick and mortar brands going offline, we also tend to see the brand expansion in D2C retail, if we can quote it that way. How do you evaluate this whole growth of D2C in India?
I think next 5 years are going to be very interesting to watch out for, because there was a lot of euphoria 5 years before on brands coming in and disrupting categories and growing at any cost. I think now brands will be growing a little more, for the lack of right words, responsibly by keeping the profitability in mind. And hence, a lot of churning will happen, but great brands will survive on customer love. So as long as we keep focusing on what our customers want, keep listening to them, keep improving the products, and keep doing the right things as far as the channel is concerned, I think next 5 years is brilliant time to be in India solving problems in any category.
Good to know. So doing right things with right intention will take you a great status.
Going back to the basics.
Of course, with strong fundamentals, will go all sparkling and glittery. Thank you so much for joining in. This was a very insightful, very earning conversation. Thank you so much, Mr. Bajaj, to join in. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for having me.